Hello everyone and welcome to PTV's post-game coverage here on YouTube of Seton Hall men's basketball. As I'm alongside Ben Harris, I am Rony Jerez, as we just witnessed Pirates defeat the Georgetown Hoyas 73-68 here at the Prudential Center. And it was senior night here at the Prudential Center as 6 seniors were honored here tonight. And they showed out, and it's also senior night for us here at PTV. Ben and I, we've been going at it for about 4 years now, and we have Brian Schock and Veronica Gale behind the camera as we are all really soaking it in for one last time. But Ben, senior night, a lot of emotions. What are some words do you have, some parting words?
Emotions running high for everybody in the building. I mean, personally, as media guys here at Seton Hall, I'm just grateful for all the opportunities we've had through organizations like Pirate TV, as well as WSOU, Pirate Sports Network. But here tonight for PTV has just been a fantastic experience. We got to witness a really emotional final game for all these seniors like Obiagu, like Jared Roden, like Miles Kale for the second time, as well as newcomers like Jameer Harris and Alexis Yetna. And, of course, Bryce Aiken was unable to play due to his concussion he suffered earlier in the year. But really special night for everyone here at the Prudential Center. And, I mean, personally, I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've had to cover Seton Hall sports here. So really nice senior night we've had. It's
been a blast the last couple of years, and I can speak for everyone. It's honestly been an honor, privilege just to work with the people we work with.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely great people we work with, friendships that are going to last forever. So I'm very grateful to be alongside here with you. And what a way to send us off here on senior night. The Pirates win. They avoid a 4th straight consecutive senior night loss, as this is the first time they won in a couple years here at the Prudential Center. And they won once again 73-68 against a Georgetown team that has yet to beat an opponent at the Big East. Now,
Georgetown went defeated in the Big East, not undefeated.
Defeated. And looking at this game, what are some things that the Pirates led to allow the Georgetown Hoyas to kind of be in this game as it was close down the stretch?
You know, the Pirates were not shooting well from three-point land. They were 4 of 20 from behind the arc on the night. 0 of 8 in the second half. We asked Kevin Willard post-game what he thought about their shooting and how they're going to approach it going forward.
Yeah, I think a lot of tonight's shooting had to do with the emotion and we had guys taking shots that usually make them. Trey was 0 for 3. Jared's been shooting the ball almost 45% over his last 5. I just think sometimes in emotional games, it can mess with your shot. We won't change anything. They're just sometimes you shoot bad. I mean, that's just the game. That's sports. Sometimes you miss a 4-footer and you haven't missed a 4-footer. So we just didn't shoot the ball tonight, but I got a lot of confidence in these guys.
Now, the Pirates did win this one. It was a close one. We saw contributors from all over, and the 6 seniors had their hand in most of the scoring for this one, but it was led by Jared Roden, 16 points. He finished with 6 rebounds. So he had his normal game. He played his game, but it was kind of a quiet 16, not very efficient. Finished with 6 of 17. Coming off last game against Xavier Musketeers, he finished with a career-high 30 points. So a little bit lesser side on the offense, but he still was able to play down the stretch and play well. Who'd you see on the Pirates that really had a nice game?
I agree with you. Jared had a much better game against Xavier. I was in the building for that one, and he was just on one that night. However, tonight he had some struggles, but, I mean, still enough to get the win and played good defense. Player I thought really stood out for the Pirates tonight was Kadari Richmond. Kadari has been forced into a situation that he was never expected to be in, where with Bryce being out for such a prolonged period of time, he's really had to become a true point guard within the scope of this offense. Kadari had another double-double tonight, 12 points, 10 assists, 6 of those assists coming in the first half, with only one other player having any assists in the first half. So Kadari has been able to really change his game, become a much better distributor, and it really helps play into the success of the Seton Hall team, especially offensively. He can just drive to the rack, and then with his slashing abilities, it really helps open up things on the outside to pass out of that shot. So really nice performance from Kadari Richmond tonight.
He just does a really great job of controlling the pace, and he really knows the offense. Only being his first year in the program with Coach Willard, and all the players really talk really highly about his IQ and his pace of play. So Kadari Richmond is really seen like as one of the younger stars moving forward in in his career here at Seton Hall, he's going to have a lot of opportunity to really grow as he's getting national attention and even NBA attention in the draft lottery. And one player I want to also shout out is Harris, 12 points in his senior night as well. He also stepped up to a role with Bryce Aiken coming out as well.
Jameer really stepped up tonight. He had a poor shooting performance against Xavier and stepped up on senior night. Did some good work shooting the ball from the field on his senior night. Love to see him going out on a high note here at the Rock.
It's really good for the seniors to really thrive, and team win. You can really check that off as a bunch of players contributed. Now,
absolutely, every single player that played in the first half for the Pirates scored. Really well distributed points tonight.
Really balanced effort for the Pirates. Now, looking at the Hoya side, we saw Caden Rice score 17 points in the first half, but he finished with 0 points in the second half as the Pirates really shifted their defense against him. What did you see on the defensive side to really contain Caden Rice from not exploding for a career night?
You know, the Pirates came into this one expecting to have to do more against Muhammad for the Hoyas. He's their leading scorer, so when Rice kind of blew up out of nowhere in the first half, it was unexpected. They had to change their strategy. They had to play different types of guard defense. They moved Jameer off of Rice in the second half, which stopped him from taking advantage of that size difference that Rice was really exploiting in the first. So just being able to change their presence defensively against their guards. Ike had a much better second half than he did a first. Just really nice lockdown defense from Ike down low, as well as Tyrese Samuel played some really valuable defensive minutes coming down the stretch too.
Now looking ahead for the Pirates, they have one road game in Omaha, Nebraska against the Creighton Blue Jays, where if the Creighton Blue Jays lose to Providence and the Pirates beat the Blue Jays on the road, the Pirates will finish as a 5th seed and they will have a bye in the Big East tournament coming up next week, starting March 9th. Now, Ben, how big is this game coming up on the road against a Creighton Blue Jays team that they won handily first time? How big is this game coming up?
I think it's really important to finish strong. Whether or not you value Creighton as a top-tier opponent in the Big East, which they've struggled this year, and they especially struggled here at the Rock last time they came to play. It was kind of a blowout win for Seton Hall, but I think it's important to finish your regular season strong, especially if it's on the road. Going into the Big East tournament, you need to keep yourself prepared. You need to keep yourself active. Don't take this game any differently than you would any other. You have to go through the necessary preparation this week to be able to play these games. We're about to have to enter a stretch where games are getting played rapidly. You don't have as much prep time. So being able to stop this Creighton team in their home arena, it's always tough to go into Omaha and win games there. So I really think it's just about staying consistent, staying focused, and being able to convert on the road to close out your season.
Being able to convert and secure that bye heading into the Big East tournament in Madison Square Garden. And Ben, you will be at Madison Square Garden.
You bet I will be. I'm so excited to be able to cover the Big East tournament this year. Shout out to you and Liam Plate putting me on that game. It's been a long time coming. Been trying to get in the Garden for years now, but it's finally happening. Fingers crossed. Yep. And I'm very excited to be able to see what this Pirates team can do in the BET.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you. What are some expectations you have for the Pirates? Let's say they secure the bye and they finish as the 5th seed. What are some things that you expect to see from them in the tournament?
You know, this is a stacked conference. Every year, anyone can win it. Last year, Georgetown was nowhere close to expected to win the Big East tournament, and look what Pat Ewing and his squad went out and did. I mean, you never know what can happen in these conference tournaments. The Big East can be won by a coin flip pretty much any year. So if the Pirates continue playing good basketball, they've now won 4 straight, secure this win on the road at Creighton, it puts them in a really good position to make a run at the tournament and then leads into March Madness, and who knows what happens in the big dance.
Who knows? We have teams like Villanova, Providence, UConn, and the Pirates are in the mix in the Big East tournament, so do not sleep on the Pirates. And with this win, as they did not suffer a quad 3 or 4 loss, it really looks like they're going to make it into the big dance. So.
Absolutely. The Pirates are ranked in the mid-low 30s net ranking, as well as KenPom.
Yeah.
I would be simply flabbergasted if the Pirates didn't make the big dance. There's just not logical ways that they miss out on playing in March Madness. I really think they're going to make the big tournament and hopefully make a splash in it.
Well, get your counters out as the Selection Sunday will be coming soon. We still have a lot of things. We have Crane coming up this weekend, and then we have the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden. But once again, for Ben Harris, I am Rony Jerez for the final time.
Final time.
The Pirates defeat the Georgetown Hoyas by a score of 73-68. And for the final time, we're signing off here at PTV. Take care, everyone.